A research is carried out for the purpose of gathering information about a certain topic or subject, and this allows us to know more at the end than we did at the beginning. Now, my research topic focuses on citizen journalism and how they use new media to report Boko Haram news stories. I'm interested in this topic because I want to understand the ideologies that surround citizen journalism, and for a news value, I decided to use one that was close to home, and Boko Haram is a global issue that has posed a major problem for my country due to the acts of terrorism carried out by this group. My name is Cynthia Amah, and this is my digital story for M96MC. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This is my digital story for M96MC. I hope you enjoy it. First, I presented my research proposal at the beginning of this course in February, and my topic was citizen journalism and the framing of Boko Haram news stories in Nigeria, using the case study of Sahara and Premium Times reporters. To analyze data for this research, I felt that it would require me to look at samples of news reports from a particular time frame to another, and due to the time constraint and not really understanding what analysis would be great for it, I decided to change my topic to citizen journalism and the use of new media in reporting Boko Haram news stories in Nigeria, a case study of Sahara and Premium Times reporters. For the research questions, I wanted to look at what citizen journalism entails, because the main ideology of citizen journalism is that anyone without professional journalism training can make use of modern technology tools and internet to develop, create, or fact-check media on their own or in collaboration with others. Also, I wanted to look at to what extent Nigerian citizen journalists abide by standard journalistic code of ethics, what the challenges of practicing is, and also how they make use of new media in the news process of gathering and disseminating information to the public. The fast adoption of internet in Nigeria since the influx of mobile telephony has led to the rise of citizen journalism in Nigeria, and as a form of journalism, it has become even more popular over the past few years. Our everyday life is surrounded by different things, and communication is a huge part of it. We get our information from the news, social media, blogs, websites, and others, which enable the faster dissemination of news to a wide range of people. The research course M96MC is divided into 4 parts, and the first was collecting materials. Here I was able to gain an understanding of different qualitative methods that could be helpful to my research. As a method of collecting data, I looked at the interview method and focus group because both methods allow me to gain an insight into citizen journalism by asking the reporters certain questions. After a proper look at what both methods entail, I decided to use interviews over focus group method. According to Fern 1982, to generate data from the sharing of intimate details by the participants about what they do, interviews are most suitable as they provide an in-depth understanding of a particular subject, whereas focus group has the potential of producing a biased result. After this, for my second essay, I went ahead to construct my interview questions that addressed certain parts related to my research questions, and I conducted 2 interviews, one with the Sahara reporter and the other with the Premium Times reporter. To analyze my data, I used discourse analysis, focusing on Foucault's approach to discourse, which addresses power and subjectivity. In my last essay, I did a comparison of discourse and narrative analysis to understand the usefulness of both to my research. In doing so, I found out that narrative analysis can help me to research how exactly citizen journalists narrate their experience in the profession and what kinds of events they put together when telling their stories. Discourse analysis, on the other hand, goes deeper by analyzing stories told by citizen journalists by looking at the language used and how it is constructed by a particular discourse. I, however, use discourse analysis because it not only looks at meanings associated with words, but also examines the function of language and what is achieved by individuals through language. It also investigates how power operates in society and how meaning is produced. According to Foucault, the representation of knowledge on specific moments or topics is discourse, which means that every social practice consists of meaning, giving it a discursive aspect that holds significance in shaping how and what we do. In doing this, I have come to understand that there is more to words than just language. If you look closely at words, either written or spoken, there are constructs of subject that surround it. Although it is assumed by some that citizen journalism is amateur journalism, the reporters were both driven by something which led to their interest in the profession, which in some ways were related to power, and that also in reporting their stories, the discourse of ethics played a major role in how they presented their stories. After my last essay, the feedback I got suggested I was struggling with the more difficult notions of discourse and not showing my argument clearly. And I feel like I was beginning to lose a firm stand on what my research is all about. So for this reason, I decided to change my dissertation topic, and I will be looking at the role of social media as a tool for awareness on global issues. And as a case study, I will be looking at the issue of Boko Haram and the Syria uprising, because both news values are important issues that has called the attention of many today. I actually picked up an interest in this topic because during my study I took a course called Social and Open Media, and I was fascinated as to how social media has actually become a huge part of our everyday lives. Technology is available to almost anyone, and people are engaging in different social media platforms every day. According to Trusso, Buckland, and Powers 2009, social media is among the fastest growing online tools for reaching people across the world. We live in a very global world, and social media tools are increasingly finding their way into our lives with tools such as Google+, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and to name a few. I am fully active on these sites, and it's amazing how information is shared and how quickly you can spread a word about a certain topic in seconds, just like that. Social media truly does have a penetrating impact on our personal lives, and this allows us to stay connected as well as gather and share information with a large amount of people. So for this research, I would want to look at how social media has grown today, how it is perceived in Nigeria and Syria, how people use social media to create awareness, and how it has taken over the traditional form of news to becoming a major source of information for people. Using the qualitative methods of either focus group or interview, I will be able to generate data for this research. Also, ethical considerations will be taken note of for this research, and I will make sure that my questions do not pose or arouse any problem for my research or my participants, and also making sure that they are fully aware of what the research entails. This connection between social media and awareness on certain issues and more will be explored in my dissertation. Thank you.
Everybody said I wouldn't make it, but they were wrong, 'cause I'm still standing.